What are the best football cards to invest in right now? In today's video, we're going to answer that question and look at my picks for the top football cards to invest in for short and midterm flips. But first, the intro. Today's video is pretty time sensitive, and lately I've been making pretty evergreen content, but if you like this in-the-moment investing advice, just let me know in the comments below and we can keep making this kind of stuff for you. In this video, we're going to look at 5 different players or cards that I think are smart investments right now, but before we get there, I want to say this. Note that this is not financial advice, and if you don't feel comfortable buying any of these cards, just don't. I'm just sharing my thoughts based on my analysis of the current market. And do you know what else I've been analyzing lately? It turns out most of the people who watch our videos don't actually subscribe to Cardlines, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could just do me a favor and hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and then ring that notification bell so you never miss another one of our videos, that would help us keep making these videos for you. We also pick a YouTube subscriber every Friday and send a box of cards, so there might be something in it for you. Now let's start counting down the top 5 cards. So we're going to start things off with talking about probably the safest investment on the list. That is Barry Sanders, and my card of choice is the PSA 9 score rookie cards. You can get them for about $100 right now. If you really want to pay big bucks, you can get the PSA 10. Those sell for north of $1,000. Why Barry Sanders, though? It's kind of weird to pick a football player who's been retired for 30 years, right? Recently, I published a video talking about how headlines can impact the value of cards. For example, Deion Sanders and his success at Colorado, the passing of Dick Butkus. Even Travis Kelce cards shot up tremendously just because he was dating Taylor Swift. Piggybacking off that line of thought, Barry Sanders is going to be the star of a documentary called Bye Bye Barry about his retirement and about his career, and that's going to drop in late November. That means we have approximately a month to buy those cards before I predict a 50% increase or so in their value. Just like The Last Dance being a steroid shot to the value of Michael Jordan cards, I think Bye Bye Barry could really remind people just how great Barry Sanders was, and the hype would help the value of his cards. And note that I say this is a safe investment because for some reason, even if this documentary never came out, at the end of the day, you still have some graded Barry Sanders rookie cards, and those are going to age great over time anyway. Alright, number 2. Speaking of documentaries, we're going to talk about the biggest winner of the last football documentary, Kirk Cousins. He was the star of Netflix's Quarterback, and he's been a guy that historically is pretty quiet, doesn't have a lot of social media presence, so people didn't really know Kirk Cousins, but then once you got up close and personal with him, turns out he's a really cool guy. His cards did alright there. That said, he's playing in a small market team in Minnesota, and they're really struggling. I think he's going to get traded. That is why Kirk Cousins is a good investment right now. He has a very trade-friendly contract right now, and he is a good quarterback. He's not elite, but he's definitely good. And I think a team like the Jets, wink wink, hopefully it's the Jets, could add a Kirk Cousins and immediately become Super Bowl contenders. Right now they look like they're playoff contenders, and Zach Wilson's their quarterback. Zach Wilson's the worst quarterback in the NFL. After looking through some recent eBay sales of Kirk Cousins cards, it's clear you need to buy his cards as an auction because they just don't have a lot of volume right now. Not too many people are looking for 2012 Kirk Cousins rookies, but if you can find the right ones and he gets traded to the right team, they could be very valuable. Topps Chrome refractors and even some colored refractors are selling for less than $20. If you can scoop a couple numbered Topps Chrome refractors of Cousins, that could be a big boy investment going into the playoffs if he's on the right team. Either way, this is a pretty safe investment because you're not going to have a whole lot in it, and Kirk Cousins is not going to lose any value. Simply just changing situations would benefit Cousins greatly, and speaking of changing situations, that's what I hope for the number 3 quarterback on my list, Taylor Heinicke. Right now, Heinicke is playing for the Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons are actually semi-competitive, and I think they're being held back by Desmond Ridder quite a bit. And Heinicke's not amazing, but he's at least ballsy. He's going to try to air it out, and he's going to sometimes try to fit the ball into windows. He probably shouldn't, but I think that could unlock the Falcons' offense and make them a lot more dangerous than they are. Since he was undrafted, Heinicke doesn't have a ton of cards, but probably his best rookie autograph is the 2015 Contenders rookie autograph. He also has a Prism rookie autograph that you could consider as well. Thanks to our friends at Card Ladder, I was able to track the progress of Heinicke's rookie cards, and it looks like he is near an all-time low. You can get a 2015 Contenders rookie autograph of him for $20. Just a couple years ago when he was a starting quarterback, these were worth $100. This is by far the most risky investment thus far because the Falcons very well could just continue to ride with Ridder because they have a lot more invested in him than they do Heinicke. That said, if Heinicke does get the chance, this could be a 5x, 6x, 7x flip if he just gets in with the Falcons, plays well, and the Falcons suddenly look like they have a chance to at least make a little splash in the playoffs. This is not a card I'm going to hold for a long time thinking Heinicke's suddenly going to lead the Falcons to the Super Bowl, but if he comes in, makes a splash, and I can exit pretty quickly and make a lot of money along the way, I'm happy. And my final player to buy right now is Kyler Murray, and the card I'm eyeing is the Silver Prism from the 2019 football set. From a lot of the reports, it sounds like the Cardinals might not play him at all this year, and they're clearly eyeing between trying to tank for that #1 overall pick and try to pick up Caleb Williams or Drake May. The only reason Murray plays this year is if they're trying to increase his trade value, and I just don't see that happening. But there's still a lot to like about Murray. For one, he's an athletic specimen. Joking aside, the main reason that I like Kyler Murray cards is this chart right here. The Silver Prism PSA 10 version is a card that has been worth $3,000 before, and right now they're selling it around $250. Kyler Murray is a very talented quarterback. I don't think he's great because I don't think he's a great leader, and I don't know that he ever will be, but I do think his value is a lot closer to somewhere in here than it is right here. He's just not making any headlines right now. Nobody's talking about Kyler Murray, and next year he probably gets a new start with a new team. Just hopefully there's not a new Call of Duty to distract him. Thanks for watching this video. Hope it helps you make a great investment. Watch some more of our videos right here.